Today I'm going to show you how to terminate a network cable or cat5 cable. It's the same thing. People call it different things, but basically you use it for any network device, or hooking up to a switch or a router, if Comcast or Uverse or whoever your service provider is comes in. This is what you would hardwire up to equipment. That's what people mean when they say hardwire. So basically, what you're going to need, or what I'm going to need to terminate this cable, is a piece of cat5, obviously. You can get it anywhere, Home Depot, wherever, Radio Shack. You need an RJ45 connector. That's this piece. Probably can't see it that good, but it's just an 8-pin network cable. If you went anywhere and asked for an RJ45 connector, they would know what it is. You don't have to have this, but I use it. It's a cat5 stripper. It's calibrated specifically for cat5 so you don't nick the wire when you strip it. There is a string inside the jacket that you can use to strip the jacket further. Like if you use cutters, use a pair of cutters to just nick the wire, get the jacket off. And if you nick the wire, you can use that jacket to peel it down to a new place, trim the jacket off, and then just cut where you nicked it. So it's kind of a way to make sure the integrity of the cable is good. Flush cutters, I use flush cutters, and I'll show you why when we get there. And then a compression tool. This is what crimps the end on. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you what I'm doing. I'm going to put the camera down so you can see my hands and what exactly I'm doing there. So basically what you want to do is I'm going to use this stripper. Strip it down, I don't know, a couple inches. You just spin it around. It's got a razor in there. Like I said, you can do this with cutters too. It's really easy. So what you want to do is you want to just pull that off, and this is the string. This is the string that I was talking about, and if you just, if you were to hold it and then pull down, it would just strip the jacket open. You could peel it open and do it that way. But the tool that I use doesn't hurt the wire, so you don't have to do that. But I cut the string off, and then the next thing I do is I untwist the pairs all the way to the bottom, and then I pull them. I pull them straight, one by one, so that they go neatly into the connector, which is important. So you're gonna end up with 8. And the colors universally are green. There's a white, green, green, white, orange, orange, white, blue, blue, white, brown, brown. So those are the colors. And there's 2 industry standards. There's A and B. I'm going to show you just A today, just so I don't put anybody to sleep here. But the A standard is going to be white, green, green. And I just kind of put them together like that. White, orange, then blue. And this is from left to right, always. Blue, white, blue, orange, white, brown, and brown. And you'll see that they're all, it's not going to go into the connector like that, obviously. So what I do is I put my fingers together like this, and I kind of like wiggle them. Let me put the camera back up so maybe I can show you better this way. I grab them like this and I wiggle them and rake them at the same time, and it basically keeps them in order, and it gets rid of the gap between them, which is important. So it'll end up looking like that, which is a lot better. And so what I do is I check my color code one more time before I cut them to make sure that they're all in the right order. So it's white, green, green, white, orange, blue, white, blue, orange, white, brown, brown. That's the A standard. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to you got to cut it a certain length, because the way that this 45 connector works, there's a flat part, an indentation on the connector towards the bottom that is supposed to grab onto the jacket. And if you don't do that, it can pull out of the connector. If it gets pulled on, or you move some equipment, you need to service, whatever, it can pull out. So you have to know how long to cut it. And basically what I do is I grab it, with my pointer, and I cut it just above where my pointer ends. It's going to be different for everybody, but if you do a couple, you'll see. So the next thing you want to do is put the wires in the connector. You always want to have the connector with the tab. There's a tab on an RJ45 that clips into a port when you put it in, and you always want to have it facing down. The tab is always facing down. Then you just want to put it back down so you can see here. But basically what you have is this connector, and there's 8 grooves for all 8 pins, and they actually go in pretty easily. And then you just push it in, and you want to make sure that the connectors come up flush with the the pins. The conductors come up flush to the end of the connector. And actually these are, oh no, that's gonna work. They're a tiny bit long. That piece I was talking about is just grabbing the jacket, so I'm actually gonna trim it a tiny bit more. So that it grabs firmly on the jacket. Like that. Don't know if you could see that, but this flat part here is what grabs on it. And then before you crimp it, you want to oh, there goes a flip video. Before you crimp it, you want to make sure the color code is right and that it went into the places it's supposed to go. So I had white, green, green, white, orange, blue, white, blue, orange, white, brown, brown. So the next thing you're going to do, put it in. There's one that says 8P and 6P, 8 pin, that's what this cable is. So you put it in there, there's only one way it can go in, and then you just make sure that the conductors are flush with the end of the connector, and then just crush it down. And when it pops back open, you know that it's terminated. And I already did the other end off the camera, and so this would be just considered like a little jumper cable or patch cord. And that's how you make a Cat5.